Well, another day that the Lord has made. We ought to rejoice and be glad in it. If you think about it, he didn't have to wake us this morning, but he did. Didn't have to allow you to have food to eat on your table, but he did. Didn't have to allow you to have clothes on your back, but he did. And since he done all that, you ought to just tell him, God, thank you. I see you already standing, so I'm gonna go ahead with it. Uh, Computer man, I gave you something. Chapter was right, but I didn't give you completely. All right, Mark chapter 5, starting at verse 21. I didn't give him all of it. I just told him verse 36, 21 through 30, 36. Mark chapter 5, verses 21 through 36. It's old familiar story. We all know it. I'm going to try to give it to you. In at verse 21. And when Jesus was passed over again by ship to the other side, much people gathered unto him, and he was now unto the sea. And behold, there cometh one ruler of the synagogue, Jairus by name. And when he saw him, he fell at his feet and besought him greatly, saying, My little girl lies at the point of death. I pray thee, come and lay thy hands on her, that she may be healed, and she shall live. And Jesus went with him, and much people followed him and thronged him. And a certain woman, which had an issue of blood 12 years, had suffered many things of many physicians, and had spent all that she had, and nothing better, but rather grew worse. And when she had heard of Jesus, came and pressed behind and touched his garment. For she said, I may touch the clothes, I shall be made whole. And straightway the fountain of blood dried up. And she felt in her body that she was healed of the plague. And Jesus, immediately knowing in himself that virtue had gone out of him, turned him about in the press and said, Who touched my clothes? And the disciples said unto him, Thou seest the multitude thronging thee, and sayest thou, Who touched me? And he looked around about to see her that had done this thing. This woman, fearing and trembling, knowing what was done in her, came and fell down before him. And he had told him all the truth. And he said unto her, Daughter, thy faith hath made thee whole. Go in peace, and be whole of the plague. While yet he spoke, there came from the ruler of the synagogue's house, which said, Thy daughter is dead. Why troublest thou the master any further? And soon as Jesus heard the word that was spoken, he said unto the ruler of the synagogue, Be not afraid, only believe. You may be seated. Today, this morning, I'm going to ask y'all to help me preach now. It's your turn, but not your time. It's your turn, but not your time. Pastor Townsend, on his anniversary day, Lady Townsend, he did tell me how many years it was. How many years? 27 years United Fellowship. To United Fellowship family, My family, my wife, brothers, sisters, sister-in-laws, friends Calvin and Mike. I'm glad to see y'all. It's good to be here. It's good to be seen, less known, heard. If you see me, I want you to hear me too. I don't. If you see me and I ain't saying that, that means something wrong. So it's good to be seen and heard. In this world we live in today, life has two sides. You might say, how you said life have two sides? You can be up today, down tomorrow. You can be well today, sick tomorrow. You can have all the money you want in the bank today and broke tomorrow. Life has two sides. In this world that we live in today, it seemed like I was telling the Reverend, who can you trust? You can't trust the police. In some case, I get where you can't trust the preacher. Who can we trust? I'm here to tell you it's one that we can trust. He said, cast all your cares on me. That means everything. From your little toe hurt to your children being obedient. He said, bring it all to me and watch what I do for you. That's it. Bring it to me. This familiar story that I read to you is about, everybody says about this woman, and I don't doubt we all can read this and everybody can see something different. Everybody says about this woman, it's about Jairus. This woman had been dealing with an issue of blood for 12 years. And I did a little study of my own to find out why they stressed the 12 years much about this woman. And I realized that this issue she had, life expectancy was 12 years. So where she was at her end. In other words, she was desperate. In her condition, she had to shout unclean wherever she went. So if she was married 12 years away from her husband, and she had children 12 years from her children, could you imagine being 12 years from your loved ones? So wherever she shouted, had to, she's supposed to say unclean. But what I like about this woman, I'm gonna share it with some of you church people, is that the woman did something that some of y'all need to learn how to do. Is don't talk so much. See, 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 she kept it to herself. You know how it is. If you tell one person in the church before you leave the church parking lot, somebody else know. And by next Sunday, it got to the pastor. Everybody know. That's one thing she did. She kept it to herself. She kept it to herself. In this book of Mark, not just the chapter that Mark said Jesus was busy. If you look at from chapter 1 up until now, Jesus spent his time healing people. If you look at chapter 1, he healed the man with the palsy. Chapter 2, He healed a man that was brought to him by four of his friends. Building was so full that they had to tear the roof off to lower him down. Now that tells me that that man has some true friends. I see two of my friends right here now. And I don't want to ask them in church would they carry me if they had to, but the man had some friends that believe that carried him. In chapter 3, Jesus healed the man with a withered hand. Have you been dealt a bad hand before? Imagine the man with the withered hand. No doubt he had use of the hand at one time. When you deal a withered hand in life, it ain't like playing spades. I know some of you spade players, you holler, I got a bad hand, I want to throw it back in. Some things that to deal with you in life, you can't throw it back. You got to deal with it where it is. You got to deal with it where it is. Chapter 4, Jesus ceased the storm and told it to peace, be still. Just 3 words. And on his way, he encountered the man that was hanging out in the cemetery. Crazy man, possessed with over 6,000 demons. But he wasn't crazy enough that he didn't recognize who the Lord was. It said he ran to him and asked him. God was so powerful that even the demons asked him, said, allow us to run and go somewhere. Let us go into the swine. Let's go into the pigs. He said, go. And all them hogs ran out and drowned themselves. Could you see all them pork chops, hog mouths, ribs, and chitlins running off the mountain? And on this way that show you how people are, they got upset with him because he healed a man with the 6,000 demons. They got upset with him and they didn't want him there. We want you to leave. Ran him out of town just because he healed a man. See, that's how people do you. The Lord hear you, they don't want you around. They don't want you around talking about him. You need to go somewhere else with that Jesus stuff. We ain't talking about that here. We getting our drink on. You talking about something we don't want to talk about. Go on, leave. They don't want to hear you talk about it. And as Jesus decided to part, get on the ship and go to the other side, he encountered a man, Jairus. Jairus was big in the church. Y'all know these big preachers. Not Pastor Townsend, but you know some of these preachers, they so big you they gonna preach their sermon and hit the back door. They got the door at the pulpit. They gonna come in, say a few words, and back at the door. Big time. Jairus was big in the church, but he wasn't that big that he didn't recognize that he needed the Lord. See, that's what happened. You think you so high and mighty, but God said, "I'll show you who I really am." Show you when you think that you got everything going on. You got the cars and the house and everything you need, and the money in the bank, and just one day, it's all gone. He's able to do it. And Jairus asked Jesus to come with him. What I like about this, and I tell you, I think about Jairus to me, is that he had enough sense to ask. And not only did he ask, when he asked, the Lord said, okay. Lord didn't say, I think about it. He said, I go. And the thing about God, that when you ask him, he asks him from his heart, from your heart, he'll come. He'll come see about you. So you got to start believing that if you ask him, he gonna do it. Now, if you believe it, ain't no need to ask him. You just talking. That's what he said. He said you got to believe what you asked me for to expect to receive it. And on his way, a certain woman, no name, just a certain woman, had been suffering for 12 long years. The doctors got all of her money. No doubt Sister Reuben had read her poem, but she didn't did everything she could, and it got worse. But one thing about this woman, she heard Jesus was passing by. See, that's what a lot about we don't do is talk about Jesus. See, somebody was talking about it, and she heard it. She heard that he was coming, and I told you she was at the point of death. So it didn't matter what nobody thought or what nobody said. I'm in the frame of this woman. I'm gone. If that's the only choice I got to touch him, I'm gonna touch him. But I like it that she kept her mouth shut. I love that because sometimes we talk too much. See, if the word had been out that she had to holler unclean, she would have never been there. They wouldn't have let her get close. She would have never had the opportunity. And she knew that if I say that I'm unclean, somebody gonna run their mouth. She automatically knew it. There wasn't no doubt about it. Church folks, stop running your mouth. That's what if she had just said, hey, I'm unclean, everybody in the crowd would have started hollering and ran away. But she kept her mouth quiet. But she had enough faith if I can just touch it. And when she touched it, she was immediately healed. But when she touched it, he knew she touched it. See, sometimes the Lord gonna turn around and ask you, "Who touching me?" Even when you pray to him, and he did all the things you done. From every now and then, you need to acknowledge he touched me. See, we wanna when we didn't got the good job, we didn't got the car, we didn't got everything. The first thing come out your mouth, this is what I did. I did this. I did that. I did all of this. Not one time you're not the one that made it happen. If it had not been for the Lord on our side, where would you be? And when he touched him, and he turned around and said, "Who touched me?" I told you it was a certain woman. She went from a certain woman to a somebody. And Jesus turned around and said, "Daughter, your faith made thee whole." He said, "Some certain woman to somebody to a daughter." That's the power of the Lord and her having faith that if she do what she needed to do to touch him and hold her, your faith. So when your faith will dictate how you go, how you gonna get there, and what your outcome gonna be. So if you ain't got no faith, I don't need to praying. I don't need to do nothing. You got to have faith. As Jesus was talking to her. I can see her when she began to tell him, when he said, "Who is it that touched me?" I can see this young lady trembling, falling down, trying to explain to Jesus why she did what she did. No, start telling him, "Well, Lord, in chapter 1, I knew that you healed that man with the deposit in God. In chapter 2, I heard about you, the guys tearing the roof off to get to you. In chapter 3, I hear about you healing the man with the withered hand. And in chapter 4, I hear about you telling the wind to please be still. And then in chapter 5, as you start healing the man in the cemetery, I figured if I could just touch the hem of your garment, Lord, I feel that I'll be saved." And I can hear him saying, "Well, daughter, your faith has made you whole." And as he's talking to her, here come one of the servants. You know what? J.R. servants up to the house and said, "Ain't no need of you worrying the Lord. Your daughter is dead." Can you hear? Can you hear? Could you see the look on J.R.'s face when he said, "Your daughter is dead"? Why you troubling the master? As soon as Jesus heard what he spoke, he said unto J.R., "Be not afraid, only believe." What he telling J.R. was, "Don't get scared, believe in me." Didn't you see what I just did before I even get to your house? You see what just happened. Let's have faith that I can do the same thing again. You know about what I just did there. So why are you afraid? Believe in me. Don't be scared of what I'm able to do. All you got to do is trust in me. I can hear him telling Jairus, "Yeah, Jairus, I may have stopped and healed this woman. I know you got to me first and you feel that it was your turn before I got to her. But Jairus, what I'm trying to tell you is it might be your turn, but right now it's her time. So don't get overwhelmed because somebody get blessed before you and you feel that you to the Lord this morning and asked for a car and your neighbor got it. Well, it might have been your time, your turn, but the Lord feel that it wasn't your time yet. Trying to tell you here, United Fellowship, wait for your time. Don't worry about your turn. Everybody else might be blessed in the same way, but your time is coming. Don't get jealous. It's called wait. Called wait on the Lord. He said, "Be not afraid, only believe." That said, have faith in me. Have faith in me. That's what he said. Have faith in me. So Jairus, which might have been trouble because he said, "Lord, I met you as soon as you got off the boat. But you're going to hear her before you get to my daughter." Jairus, it's your turn. But your time is not here yet. So I say to you, United as I get ready to go, no matter how life treats you, keep the faith. No matter what people tell you that might happen down the line, keep the faith. You might feel that the Lord have overlooked you, but just keep your faith. You might feel that everybody is going around you, everybody's getting what you want. Just keep the faith. I tell you that no matter what goes on in life, we all got a appointed time. So don't worry about your turn. Concentrate on your time. And whenever your time is, the Lord gonna show you ahead of time when your time is. All you gotta do is keep your faith and wait on the Lord. Be a good cheer. He said, "I'm coming back." That's what he said. Keep your faith. You look around. I talk to Pastor about musicians and all that stuff, but I just tell Pastor in due time, just keep your faith. Keep on preaching. 27 years. You've been on the road for 27 years. Just keep on preaching. Keep on telling people that the Lord is able to do anything but fail. Just keep on telling them that one Friday out on a hill called Calvary, they hung him high. They stretched him wide. He died, stayed in the grave all day Saturday, all Saturday night. But early Sunday morning, he got up with all power in his hand. Got up with power to walk right, power to talk right, power to treat your neighbor right. He got up, I tell you. And just because he got up, we able to wait for our turn.
Man, didn't he preach? Amen. Thank God for the message. Thank God for the message. I told Reverend this morning, you get stronger by preaching. But you get